fiance thinks I'm a gold digger, but the ring was $150. I was beyond furious, and then I found out his real secret.
Wedding rings are made up anyway.
My fiance is quite well off, and while I don't make as much as him, I currently would not be struggling on my own. He rotates between a few very expensive watches that he wears, and while we have a good grasp on financial literacy, we aren't shy about spending on the more important parts of life.
Like what? Fancy dinners, good champagne, the sex dungeon downstairs.
Oh God. We openly share finances, so I know he isn't secretly in debt or some kind of nonsense like that. The ring is nice and understated, but more of a nice stacker than an engagement ring to show off. The stone, which I am doubtful of being a diamond, is quite small. It is not an heirloom. When friends or family get engaged, there's always the excitement in sharing the news, and inevitably someone will ask to see the ring, and then everyone coos over it and it's a good time. When I showed mine, the mood got very awkward.
Oh man.
And they feigned excitement just long enough until it was okay to change the subject.
Wow. That ring pop looks really tasty.
This is not a knock on them. They are just terrible liars. I would like to make clear that I am not expecting a 3-month salary ring or an over-the-top wedding. However, this is a piece I will be wearing daily for decades and is largely considered a symbol of love. I know not all feel this way, but we do, or at least I thought we did. But I really don't think I'm out of line for thinking of it as a long-term investment piece given the amount of wear it will eventually see and the sentimentality behind it.
I mean, so how much does she want him to spend?
That's a good question. I mean, between $150 and 3 months salary.
I don't know, like $150 for an engagement ring if you're making over $100K is like kind of like not a look.
You need to up your game a little bit, my guy. Surely it's worth more than a gaming console, right?
Half a gaming console, bro.
Am I the a-hole here? We will be talking about this for sure, but I know this could be a touchy subject and wanted an objective eye on it first. I will update this post after that conversation. Sam, we have an update from the conversation.
Okay.
But real quick question to you and everyone watching is OP's fiance the a-hole right now? I think I know your answer, but
I mean, I think a little bit. $150 for an engagement ring when you're making like good money seems like, I understand it's like, oh, I don't believe in engagement rings or I don't believe in marriage. Like if you have that opinion, fine. But it seems like they both like subscribe to this. This is supposed to represent your love forever. Forever, bro. Like, come on. All right, let's hear the update.
He came home and we were settling down around dinner and I started the conversation with, honey, I'd like to talk about the ring.
She's doing it so gently.
And before I could finish, he just blew up. Started yelling, effing finally, and how I'd ruined everything by waiting so long.
I'm confused.
To be brief, he bought a ring from a jeweler who got bad reviews, so that way when I got upset over it, he could dump me under the guise that I was a gold digger. Oh
wow, that
God.
Is whack, bro. That is whack.
He has apparently been having an affair. Turns out COVID had shortened his work hours, not extended it, with a younger model that he's earned, but knew that breaking things off when everyone loved me so much would hurt his optics, so he had to make it my fault.
Dude, the optics are not looking good now, my guy.
Yeah, I mean,
and also, why would you tell her all this if you're trying to save your optics? It kind of is going against what you were trying to do, my guy.
This guy is like evil and a fucking idiot. Like, oh my God. Sam, you know one thing I love about you?
My bodacious bod.
Yeah, you do have a bodacious bod that it handles a lot of food.
I'm trying to get thick.
You're trying to get thick with 3 C's. You want that bodacious bod to get more bodacious.
But I can't do that if I don't eat like a ton.
I think today's sponsor could actually help you out, Sam.
Who's that?
It's HelloFresh.
Just simply shop HelloFresh Market and take your pick from a curated selection of over 100 add-on items.
That's a lot of food, Sam.
It's amazing.
And Sam, it doesn't just help your beautiful body. It also helps your wallet.
I want my wallet to be thick along with me.
That's right. I mean, it could be so much cheaper than takeout. Even going and grocery shopping, you know, pushing a hot cart in a grocery store.
Yeah, ew.
Disgusting.
Gross.
Why do that when you could just have HelloFresh?
HelloFresh is the best solution.
It really is.
Just Just choose your recipes and receive fresh, pre-portioned ingredients so you can get back to cooking.
And Sam, it's already cheaper than takeout and groceries, but you know we got a big deal for our beautiful fans.
Go to HelloFresh.com/50OKOP and use code 50OKOP for 50% off plus free shipping.
Guys, we're giving you the deals. Again, that's HelloFresh.com/50OKOP. Use code 50OKOP and we'll give you 50% off plus free shipping.
You gotta go with America's #1 meal kit.
Ow, ow! He knew that leaving this pariahship would gain him sympathy, and there was a lot of rhetoric that clearly wasn't his own words, but something he was just parroting from what I highly suspect is from a too influential work friend that I've had disagreements with in the past. What is this guy working with Andrew Tate? I'm calling a meeting about how women should never work in the workplace because they're idiots.
Bro.
Andrew Tate.
Yeah, no. I think that was a John quote, right?
Oh, whoa. These changes I had attributed to work stress are now glaringly obvious to me as symptoms of something more malicious under the surface, and I feel really ashamed I didn't see things more clearly earlier or wasn't somehow able to head things off before they got this far. I mean, it's like, I wouldn't be so hard on yourself.
Yeah,
like, how
at least you know now. At least you know before you're engaged.
I won't be sticking around to dig any deeper, but I know that my now ex-fiance would not have done and said the things he did without being pushed from bad influences behind the scenes. This doesn't mean I forgive him. I think he is incredibly weak and feeble-minded for letting this happen to us, but I also doubt I will be contacting many of our mutual friends as the dust settles. I left in the middle of his tirade around the 15-minute mark, and I'm staying at my mother's. I haven't cried yet, and I think I'm still waiting for it all to suddenly make sense, but I know logically it might not ever. On the plus side, if there is one, it's that I don't have to wear that effing hideous ring anymore. Oh,
that is a plus.
That is a
plus. That is a plus.
No more ring pops.
Holy moly. I'm glad we have some resolution because this was sus from the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, OP dodging a major bullet at the end of the day. It's a terrible thing to go through, but
glad it happened now.
Yes.
Rather than when you have kids.
Exactly. Speaking of kids, you know who I view as our precious, beautiful children of this big family?
I mean, our public subscribers, and we want to know, I mean, we've asked this question a little bit before, but how much are you spending on engagement rings?
Yes. Drop the number.
Drop the number right now. And also, what would you think if your betrothed gave you $150 engagement ring? Like, where's your mind going to? I want to know that immediately.
I inherited $7.5 million and my brother is getting nothing. I should share it with him, but I won't. Am I the a-hole?
People stay wealthy by not sharing. Look at Steve Jobs, dead.
Done. My 31 male American great uncle passed away recently. He was in his mid 90s and he had not been well for a while. His last few years were miserable after his much younger, around 20 years younger, wife died of cancer.
That's rough.
I was always really close with my great uncle and I treated him as a grandfather of sorts, and he often told me how much I meant to him. I visited him a few times a month when I lived nearby and called every week when I didn't. My brother, 33 male, on the other hand, was not close to him, despite him trying to maintain a relationship with him, mostly because my great uncle was a really difficult person and because he had a very short list of people he liked. He married for the first time at 75. Wow.
Whoa.
He had no kids, so essentially my brother and I were the closest he had to grandkids. Also, he was extremely frugal in his life and a smart and or lucky investor. So after his death, we discovered that he had around $7.5 million USD in assets.
Damn.
Oh,
man's rich.
He's rich, and it gets better. It was almost all liquid, no property or anything, which is crazy, but I digress. Of this, he decided to leave me 39%, which is just under $3 million. 2.9 million basically, and my brother 9%, $675,000.
Damn, what did the brother do?
Obviously, it's a huge amount of money, and that alone I've been trying to process as his attorney wraps up his estate and prepares to distribute his assets. My parents think that I should give my brother half of my share so that way we would be equal, which I have considered.
Oh.
But even my brother is not asking me to do it. I've been going back and forth on this, and although the last thing I'd want is to create tension with me and my brother. His 9% share is still a lot of money. I mean, $675,000.
So good.
Like recently he told me he was thinking about buying a house. I suggested that I could pay the down payment from my share and then own a piece of the house, which would be a way of sorts to help make it more even.
That's a good idea.
That is a good idea. To be honest, I wish my great uncle would have just given us equal shares to begin with, but he didn't. And just giving away money is not an easy decision. Well,
I mean, if you wish your uncle did that, you have it in your power to make that wish come true.
I guess OP's saying like now that he actually has it, it's kind of like, well, dang, it's kind of a lot of money to give away. So like versus like having the decision just like made
Not
for
made
him.
for you.
It sounds like he's struggling, but
It feels like we read a story like this before where it was like an evil, like curmudgeon uncle, like leaving money to the kids and left it in a way so it would just implode the family. This almost seems like a similar situation where this curmudgeon uncle is like, let me just twist the knife one last time after I die.
But okay, so I guess the question is like OP truly hasn't made a decision. So everyone watching, Sam, like what should he do?
What would you feel like least bad about? This is going to sound weird, but would you feel less bad about not giving your brother the money or less bad about losing a significant portion of your money?
I'm kind of leaning towards split in half just because.
But it's so easy to say that in the chairs we are in right now.
Yeah,
it's like, oh shit. It's like, I mean, it's easy for us to say in these chairs are like, oh yes, I would be the most generous man on earth.
Yeah.
Of course I would give my sibling half. And I think I would for 100% would.
Yeah.
But, like I
so
think,
good.
when the pedal meets the metal, like what are you actually going to do?
Yeah. I
don't know. I think in this chair, I'm saying like right now, it'd be like, I would give half to my sister.
What I should do.
Yeah.
But would I? Oh, and you know what? Actually, now putting it in context, I was just thinking of like a metaphorical brother. Now that I think about it, of my actual sister, that makes me want to do it.
What would you do? Put your answers in the comments for either your real brother or sibling or your metaphorical brother or sibling.
Mm-hmm.
Also, what is the most interesting thing that you have inherited? Really quick on mine, I inherited my grandpa's old bow ties and his cane. And
that's great.
I think I like a army thing from like World War II or one.
Nice.
Army helmet.
My most interesting thing I inherited was nothing.
What have you inherited? Put your answers in the comments below. I told my sister she couldn't sit on the porch swing because she is too fat. Am I the a-hole?
There's this thing called tact. OP doesn't have it.
35 female and my sister-in-law is 46 female. I have 3 children, the oldest being 16 male. For my birthday last week, my son went out and bought me this swinging hammock chair that I had been wanting for 2 years, and it cost him quite a bit of his saved money, which I fully intend to put back into his bank account so he can continue saving. He was so excited to see me open the gift and couldn't wait to help me set it up. Sounds like an excellent son.
Yeah, for real.
I told him he shouldn't have, that it was a lot of money, and his response was, "You never get anything nice. I wanted you to have it." Which is kind of funny. We always give you shit presents.
Yeah, you always get garbage.
And it was true. I usually don't get anything for my birthday or Christmases outside of Tupperware or soaps.
Wow, containers again. Thanks.
You shouldn't have. So it might sound stupid, but I have cherished this swing ever since he got it for me, especially where I finally have something nice that's mine. Oh, he needs better friends or family.
Yeah.
My sister-in-law comes over once a week to see all of us, and she immediately headed straight for my swing, which my son hooked on our deck. I told her, please don't sit on it. And she said, is there a weight limit? So I told her, yes, 250 pounds. And I even showed her the box to confirm. She was not upset about this. She just said, that's a bummer. They need to make something capable of holding us big girls. I simply agreed with her and went on about my business. At this point, my husband shows up from work. When I went inside to grab us some drinks, her and my husband are talking on the porch, and not even 5 minutes later, I hear a loud crash, and my husband says, are you all right? I go out, and sure enough, she had sit in my swing, and the crochet netting around the hook snapped on one side, causing her to fall right on her fat ass. She is sitting there laughing, gets up and says,
Oh.
I guess I need to learn to listen. So I lost it. As I said above, I literally never get anything nice. Never. OP's husband really needs to put in some work.
Step your game up, bro.
Get your wife some good presents,
God. No containers allowed.
This is the one thing that I had that was mine, and it didn't even take someone a freaking week before they ruined it for me. So I said, I literally fucking told you not even 20 minutes ago that it would not hold you and to please not fucking sit in it. She's pissed. She makes some comment about, usually the weight limit is a lie, and I thought it would hold. So I said, the weight limit probably would have held if you were only 50 pounds heavier, not 150 pounds.
Oh.
She's 420-ish pounds because she is one of those girls who eat food on camera for money, and she absolutely loves her weight. But regardless, instead of apologizing, I love Gen Z jobs. Oh, what do you do for a living? Yeah, I eat food on camera. But regardless, instead of apologizing or offering to compensate me for my destroyed item, she has resorted to saying I'm a bag for making her feel like she has a weight problem, and my husband is on her side. It's a effing swing. Am I the a-hole? 420 pounds.
Here's the thing. One, she told her not to sit on it, right?
Not to do it.
And the thing I don't think that the husband or her sister understand is the sentimental value.
Yeah.
Like the value of her son.
I don't think the husband realized how underappreciated the wife is.
That is, yes, that needs to be said.
Underappreciated. All she's getting is soap and Tupperware. Yeah, honey, here's some soap so you can clean more. Bro, that's ridiculous. My sister will like lay on my dog sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, and like cuddle with it. I'm not going to let a 400-pound person lay on my dog. You're going to kill my dog. Right? There's just like sometimes there's weight limits and things that you need to respect.
Yeah.
Do not kill my dog.
Yes.
But that brings me to my question.
Yes.
For the audience.
Yes.
Is OP the a-hole? Is the husband an a-hole? Is the sister the a-hole? Let us know in the comments below. And also, I would love to hear your stories on great gifts and terrible gifts. What is the best gift you've ever gotten? What is the worst gift you've ever gotten? I got my other ex-girlfriend. She was like really into like making shakes and had a blender. Got her a fucking Vitamix. Broke up with me 2 weeks later.
Got what
Kept
you needed.
the Vitamix. Kept the fucking Vitamix.
You should have been like, I need that Vitamix back.
I did. She did not give it back.
Oh, rough.
Bad taste for me to ask it back, honestly, though.
No, if I was there, I would have helped you break in and steal it.
I was pissed.
Let's get it back.
That was all my money in college. That was all my money.
Yeah. How much was it?
It was like $600.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah.
For a blender.
For a fucking blend. It was
Damn.
it was top of the line.
You
though.
are a top tier gifter, my boy.
Hey, dude,
Oh,
my girlfriends
goodness.
get the best.
Damn, apparently. Guys, share your gift stories, share your thoughts, send them in, and we'll see you next time.